it's Liza live here at Apple Athletic Club with Fit Tip Friday. First off, I want to say thank you to the viewers that tuned in when Karen and I went live and didn't know we were going live. So if I said anything I shouldn't have, forgive me, don't tell my boss. Okay, so I am here with Karen. Now, I've been following Karen's journey for a couple years now, and she's pretty inspiring. She's got a really amazing story. So Karen, why don't you tell us first off, how long you've been a member here at Apple Athletic Club and what kind of programs you participated in?
Oh man, I don't remember when I first started walking into this club. I think it was 2014, maybe 2013. It had been 2013. And I love group fitness. That's kind of my thing. I love.
We got interrupted. Sorry, you guys. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. We're just a mess today, guys, kind of like the weather. So anyway, as far as you joined in 2013, 2014.
Yes.
So you've been here a hot minute.
Yes.
And group fitness is something that I see Karen participating in all the time, and she is super, super good at group fitness. And also, one thing I love about her is if new people come in, she'd be sure to introduce herself. She's really good about outreach and inspiring others. Okay, Karen, so what kind of started your fitness journey?
Oh man, I failed a lot of times. I think when I came in 2013 or 14 or whatever year it was, I mean that was a start. I failed a lot of times. I think my actual journey where I consistently came and I actually saw success and progress was probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
yes.
Yay!
So I failed a lot of times though. And I think what made the difference though, when I finally decided to be successful, first of all, I didn't believe in myself before. You know, when 2013, 2014, I didn't really believe or see myself being successful. I knew I needed to work out, and I just showed up to the gym sometimes. I never kept a consistent schedule. But I think one time I was snowboarding, and that's not my sport, by the way. And so I fell down, and I couldn't, my gut was so big.
It's so hard to imagine.
I couldn't get up. And so, anyway, that was one thing that I'm like, okay, I've got to make a change. Something's got to change. And then I went, Sam's Club has, what do they call it? The health screening. And so they took my blood and tested my cholesterol, and it was borderline high. And so that's what made me change and think oh my word, I've really got to be consistent and do something about this.
Well, you're a wife and mother.
Yes.
So that plays a big role. Also, she's had kids, which makes, the sacrifice of our bodies worth it.
Right. Well, my reason before was to look good. When I was working out and exercising, I wanted to look good, and that was kind of my ultimate goal. And I kept failing. But when my ultimate goal was to be healthy and to be able to do activities that I once was able to do, that was a more intense motive for me, and it kept me coming because I had that reason why that was more intense than just looking good. And so that's when I really started hitting it hard, and I stayed consistent, and it wasn't easy at all. I mean,
of course,
it was,
failing is tough too.
And I still criticized myself and, compared myself to others, but I continued showing up. I scheduled in my workouts. I decided what classes I want to come to, what workouts I was going to do, what body parts I was going to work, and I stuck to that schedule. And even when I didn't want to, I showed up. And if, my schedule changed, I hear so many people say that they can't stick to a routine because they're busy.
It's really difficult because we're so busy.
Yes, yep. Everybody's busy. And so I think when I started my consistency, I was probably the busiest I've ever been. But it was so important to me that I figured out a way. And I think that's the difference between somebody who's successful and somebody who's not successful, is their ability to evaluate, what's not working. If your routine's not working and you're failing, what's wrong with it? Is it not
you
don't like your fitness routine, or it's not the right time of day, not the right people.
That makes a big difference.
Really, you got to stop and evaluate and decide what works best for you and stick to it. So that's kind of where the transformation happened.
Yes, and her transformation is so incredible. That's part of the reason that I wanted to have her on Fit Tip Friday to give you guys some tips for your Friday and for your lifestyle. But one of the things is she's really, really, really fun on camera, which is why I love her. I love tuning into her Facebook, and I'm going to for sure link, I'll tag her so that you have her first and last name. And I know that she likes to inspire people all around. And that's one of the things that makes a big difference. So as far as your fitness tip, I know it's hard to put all that into one thing, but what would you say is probably the biggest fit tip as far as what helped you from quitting over and over? I mean, we quit over and over again. We had to start over and over again, but what do you feel like was the biggest difference?
That I had a reason why, a motive, and it was more intense than just looking good. I had a reason why, and I had to keep that in the front of my mind all the time. And consistency, showing up even when I didn't want to. I had accountability. I failed a lot because I thought that perfection was necessary, and I couldn't keep up with perfection. The nutrition part, I thought that you had to eat entirely clean. I think I even tried to cayenne pepper diet one time.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I've heard some pretty, right now it's the fasting diet. Let's fast for 5 days and see how well we do.
No, I had to give up all that and just,
Yeah.
be patient and consistent, and just have a reason why and stick to it and schedule it. Evaluate is key. You gotta evaluate.
It's so good. And one of the things too that I love about Karen, as I relate to, is even for beginners, it feels like so unattainable when you see her on her blogging or when you see her on the Facebook, her personal Facebook, and doing these different things. It's like, oh, I can't do that. Like, she is a pool of knowledge as far as fitness goes, but she started as a beginner, just like a lot of us. They're trying to get back into the fitness routine and everything and things. So be sure you follow her on her Facebook page because she's super inspiring, and then be sure you never quit. Gosh.
Right, well, the transformation outside is great, but the transformation inside is great too. And I didn't give myself permission to really be happy when I didn't feel good physically, which that was a mistake. I wish women would give themselves permission to be happy even when they're not perfect.
Yes.
But I gave myself permission to be happy, so it kind of transformed on the inside. But also, when you transform and you have that physical transformation, you recognize all these character traits that you didn't realize you once had. Like determination, courage, and you fight through the hard times. So those are all things that I've learned about myself that now makes me a better person outside of fitness. It helps me as a mom, it helps me in the workplace, it helps me with relationships. So it's not just the physical transformation, it's also the internal transformation.
I love that. Gosh, I love this girl. So be sure that you follow her journey and everything because it's always a continual journey with fitness. And so if you have any questions, or you see Karen in the club, be sure to ask her questions. I mean, she's easy to walk up to because she's so sweet and so kind. So thanks for tuning in for Fit Tip Friday. Tune in next week, and you guys stay fit.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.